we're going to give our attention to him. Now, if you'd like to follow him along, and his Bible reading is going to be taken from 2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verses 1 through 18. Got it?
Chapter 12?
No. 2 Corinthians.
Chapter 10.
Chapter 10. Maybe double check that. You might want to be doing it. You just may be right. It might be chapter 10 instead of chapter 10. Let's see here. Yeah, just 1 second. Okay. Chapter 10. All right, chapter 10, verses 1 through 18. So we'll follow you along.
Now I myself, Paul, entreat you by mildness and kindness unto Christ, lowly though I am in appearance among you, whereas when absent I am bold towards you. Indeed I beg that, when present, I may not use boldness with that confidence with which I am counting on taking bold measures against some who will appraise us as if we walk according to what we are in the flesh. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not wage warfare according to what we are in the flesh. For the weapons that are wherefore are not fleshly, but powerful by God, for overturning strongly entrenched things. For we are overturning reasoning and every lofty thing raised up and against the knowledge of God. And we are bringing every thought into captivity to make it obedient to the Christ. And we are holding ourselves in readiness to inflict punishment for every disobedience, as soon as your own obedience had been fully carried out. You look at things according to their face value. If anyone trusts in himself that he belongs to Christ, let him again take this fact into account for himself, that just as he belongs to Christ, so do we also. For even if I should boast a bit too much about the authority that the Lord gave us to build you up, not to tear you down, I would not be put to shame. That I may not seem to want my terrify you by my letters. For say they, his letters are weighty and forceful, but his presence in person is weak, and his speech contemptible. Lest such a man take this into account, that while we are in the world, word, by letters when absent, such we shall also be in action when present, for we do among some or compare ourselves with some who recommend themselves. Certainly, they in measuring themselves by themselves and comparing themselves with themselves have no understanding. For our part, we will boast, not outside our sound boundaries, but according to the boundary of the territory that God apportioned to us by measure, making it reach even as far as you. Really, we are not overstretching ourselves as if we did not reach to you, for we were the first to come, even as far as you in declaring the good news about the Christ. No, we are not boasting outside our sound boundaries in the labors of someone else, but we entertain hope that as your faith is being increased, we may be made great among you with reference to our territory. Then we will abound still more to declare the good news to the countries beyond you, so as not to boast in someone else's territory when things are already prepared. But he that boasts, let him boast in Jehovah, for not the one who recommends himself is approved, but the man whom Jehovah recommends.
Well, thank you, Gavin. Well done. Good reading. Boy, you are developing like you wouldn't believe. So keep up that good work. And the point we were looking for was number 5. Now, we'll look at that with you after the meeting. And thus you can see some of the points that will help you to even develop a little bit further on appropriate pausing. Appropriate pausing. Number 5. So why is that important? Making a complete stop sometimes is appropriate in order to do what? Well, here's what you do. You could either be changing thought, pausing for emphasis, pausing when circumstances require it, or pausing to allow response. All of this is appropriate. You did some pausing in there, you were good and you were pronouncing your words, and you were emphasizing, you used modulation up and down with your voice. Good. Appreciate that. All right? And so we'll talk a little bit more about pausing, how important it is. I got a couple of thoughts I'd like to share with you. All right? So we look forward to that. And now we're going to have